Pin and welcome to Pen Zone. In today's episode, which is only the second episode, I change out the cabin filter on my 2005 Subaru Forester. Now, I didn't know cars had cabin filters until recently, when my brother mentioned he was changing out his cabin filter on his Mitsubishi Triton Ute. And I asked him, what's a cabin filter? And he told me. So, with that bit of knowledge, I'm going to replace mine, and I hope you follow along. If you already know all about cabin filters and how to replace them on your car or Subaru or your Forester, follow along anyway, so you can actually see the condition of the filter, the old filter, that I swap out. It surprised me how dirty they can get, and apparently they can get even worse than mine. So follow along and we'll see how we go. This is going to be the process for me to install the new cabin filter. The cabin filter on the Subaru is, and apparently on most cars, is behind the glove box. So this process may be similar to other makes and models of Subarus, and in this instance this is a 2005 Subaru Forester. So the first thing I'm going to do is push back the passenger seat to give myself ample room, and I'll open the glove box and take out any objects that might be in there just to reduce the weight. 1, 2, 3, and then in the back here 4, 5, and then below the glove box there's a couple more under here. 1 on that side, there's 1 on this side, so just in there, total of 7. That's what the screw looks like. There's 7 of those. Just double check as you take them out that they're all similar, and that the same screw goes back into the same position. Let's start with the ones down the back. Same on this side. Excuse the camera or the drill getting in the way. Good thing about this drill, or this driver, it's got a little light there, look at that. So you can actually illuminate what you're doing. Now I'll just take off these ones. Lucky last. These aren't that tight, so I'm thinking the plastic might be a little bit, I don't know, worn, flayed out from maybe this being taken in and out before. So I'm basically just going to pull on this now, and you can see on this side it just fell out. And we've got these 2 locating pins, I guess I'd call them, which go into this position and this position, so that'll help locate it when I replace it. Now there is the fan motor, so I gather it's drawing air in from the outside. The filter is contained behind this compartment, so drawing it from the outside through the filter and then into the cabin. Now let me see the condition of this, I did notice something that might be obstructing removing the filter, cabin filter, is this relay. So I'm just going to take that relay off. It's just one soft tapper. Just going to let that hang by its lead. That'll give me better access to the panel that covers the filter. There's two clips that you undo on the bottom. Clickety click. And the top just locates with a couple of tabs into slots. So I'm going to remove. It's almost like getting a Christmas present. What are you going to get? What's the condition of the filter? I only had this vehicle for, I don't know, 3-4 months, and I've never replaced this. This is the first time I'm replacing this filter. There's the filter there. It's in a tray. You just pull this out from the tray. Oh, look at that. That is disgusting. I've actually noticed that the airflow, especially with the air conditioning on, isn't that effective. So this could be a definite problem. So if you're experiencing any airflow or air conditioning issues with your vehicle, definitely worthwhile checking out the cabin filter. I wouldn't even bother cleaning this. I'm putting in a brand new filter. As a comparison, there's the new filter compared to the old filter. So definitely overdue for a change, and it's probably one of those things that gets forgotten unless you're going strictly by the service manual. This vehicle has had regular servicing. I've checked the service manual, but maybe it's something that not everyone is aware of if it's not going into a Subaru workshop. So they're identical. Just make sure you check, compare them before you install the new one. This one came out that way, so I shall install this one in the same way. You actually have an arrow on this one that says up, and on this one that says up. So let's do that. So it's a very simple process to reinstall. Just push it in there. There's the cover. It's got a foam backing on it just to seal it. So let's reinstall this. So as I mentioned, these just fit into little tabs or slots up top, and that might be a little bit of a jiggle dangle dangle diggle. Got the top lugs in, and they're okay. I'm just going to push firmly. 1 click, 2 clicks. So that is the new filter installed. I've got to put this relay back into position. Anyway, that's the relay back in place, and let's tuck away any cables. Line these up. Now you might not be able to see, but as long as I can see, that's all that matters. And awesome. Just reverse the process. I mean, in this instance, I'm going to start at the top. Put one there. Actually, that just dropped in, so that one's a bit loose. So I might eventually just replace these screws with a slightly larger gauge, just so it grips. But for the interim, this shall suffice. Do not over tighten these, especially when you're using an electric driver. And that's actually just turning. And so is that one. Now let's put these in the back here. I'll put the 5 screws back in, install the 5 screws inside the glove box, and now I'm just going to replace the screws on the bottom. One there. Can you even see that? That's that. And then that's it. Cabin filter complete. And as another project later on, I'll probably update these screws so they're a bit firmer. I don't want the glove box popping open or rattling. I'll put the vehicle manual back in, close that, and see how the airflow is. Oh yeah, that's really more effective. I'll just turn that down because it's probably making a racket. So definitely worthwhile checking if your vehicle has a cabin air filter and replacing. Cool. I hope this video has been informative and maybe shown you how to replace the cabin filter on a 2005 Forester. I don't know, maybe you were surprised or not surprised when you saw the condition of the filter I took out. But it's a relatively simple process, and I think if you sort of do it methodically, get the right parts, you can do that at home, do it on your own, and maybe improve airflow in the cabin with your heating and air conditioning. And in my instance, it did improve the airflow. And I think quality of air too, which is important. If you've enjoyed watching this video and following Penzone, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell button, whatever it is, and join me on the next episode, which will be episode 3. Thank you, and don't forget, subscribe.